So this afternoon, I just received my very first Leica camera. In this episode, I'm going to tell you a bit about why I actually wanted to try a Leica camera, because if you follow this channel, you know I shoot on Fuji, on Sony, and I'm also a big fan of action cams. And above all, photography is my passion. So if you're more interested in what I do as a photographer, go to www.alltakesphotos.com. So let's get into Leica. So I've always wondered, is it just hype? Is it really worth it? Is Leica really that special camera that no other manufacturer would make? So I was thinking, well, maybe Leica or a Hasselblad. Hasselblad quickly turned out to be way above my budget. So I focused on Leica, and still I found my budget was roughly around 500 to 900 euros. So I kind of looked at the Leica, and what I've heard a lot of people say, Leica will last you for a lifetime. So is that true? So after a long search for about a year, I finally bought my first Leica for 434 euros or bucks. And when I opened my package this afternoon, I got this big huge box, which basically looks a lot like a jewelry case. And if you open this up, this is quite interesting. You have 3 different levels: the camera, warranties and manuals, and over here below the charging part, which was already a big thing to me because this box is kind of premium. You get all the certificates. But now the camera that I bought is the Leica Tl. So this is from 2014. Based on the warranty card, it was actually purchased in Denmark, and it was also tested, I think, by one of the German engineers. And let's now go over and have a little bit of a look on the camera and one of the first impressions that I had. So one of the first things I really noticed about this camera is how thin it is. It really is very thin. It's got a nice grip, surprisingly nice. It's basically, as you can see, 3 fingers and my pinky here on the side, so that's very nice. And it's a very sleek design. It's made out of mostly aluminum, handmade, and you know, when I looked at this, like, wow, this is a pretty seamlessly well designed camera overall. You see the tripod here, you see the battery door, and that's where I got my first taste. If you open this battery, you hear the click, you see it here, but you can't pull it out. It simply doesn't work. You have to kind of unleash a different latch here, which is great. I was really impressed by it. Yeah, because it means that even if you have your finger here and you accidentally open your battery door, you pretty much got it covered. So I was like, wow, that's definitely quality design. Then I went to the actual lens hood, the sensor hood, as you can see here. And I thought, let's just yank it off. No, you have to push the lever for it to click loose, which I found pretty amazing as well. And when I look here, it's a very nice, thin kind of mount here. This is an L mount, by the way, if you're thinking of buying this. So if you put it in, you hear that click? It clicks in. So that was already amazing for me. Now, the screen here on the back, it isn't a tilt screen, it's a fixed screen, but it's huge. As you see here, the screen itself is pretty darn big, and it's a touch screen. And it's a well-functioning touchscreen. Sony, are you paying attention? Yeah, and the menus here are very simple to navigate. I was really impressed by the simplicity. You have here your histogram if you want to put it up. I'm very impressed by the simplicity of this camera. So one of the other things, as you can see here, there's a little flash mount. And I thought, where's the button here? I couldn't find it. If you push it back, whoop, there it goes. You know, so I found that pretty ingenious, actually. Like, up, there it is. It is fantastic. Now, what you do miss here is a viewfinder. Definitely you miss that. Here on the side, there is a door. Yeah, this camera comes with 32 gigabytes internal recording, but you have here a door for an SD card. And I also have the original USB here. So that's already great. Did you hear that? Tuck. Everything makes a sound here, which is awesome. So I'm really impressed by the way this camera is designed, and it really surprises me. Also, these 2 buttons here, as you can see, they're not sticking out of the design at all, which is fantastic. This is to control your aperture and your shutter. Yeah, your ISO you can do via touch. Now, here on the side, there's another interesting thing. This is the only thing that wasn't in the box, is the actual cord connectors. If you put this in here, you get a little screw here, as you can see, a very little screw. And now you should put some kind of plug into it, which I'm trying to find somewhere. So if you have some idea where to get it, please let me know. So in terms of the so-called build quality and premium, what a lot of YouTubers are referring to, I basically look at this as a very well designed camera with prime or premium products on it. This is completely aluminum, which means in the winter it gets very cold. But if I look at all of this, the grip is very good for somebody with the big hands that I have. And yeah, if I look at the entire design, it's flawless. It reminds me a bit of an Apple iPhone, but to be very honest, I think Apple looked at Leica and at Hasselblad how to design certain things. It's great. What I do miss is the viewfinder, and that's a bit of an issue, the viewfinder itself, because those cost like 500-600 euros. I was quite surprised about it. But what I really like about Leica, what they've actually done is they have one simple wall charger, which up you can get out, and they provide all the plugs. So basically you can go all over the world, and you have here your Asian, English plugs, whatever. You all have them here, which I really find, you know, somebody really thought about what accessories are really key. And this one is, you can easily slot it in. Of course, you'll see when I try it, it doesn't. You can just plug it into wall, and within an hour your battery is charged. Now the only thing here is, what you do miss is a lens, which I am going to buy. And of course, in the next episode, I will actually go over my photography experience. So that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.